Our agenda, we're gonna get you been doing in the networking. I'm gonna spit out some announcements real quick. So Steve can have plenty of time up here. We're still gonna go through our member introductions. Everybody gets a chance to stand up and go, I am, I need, I want. Looks like you got I can provide. And then we're gonna talk about OMG, if anybody's got any, and then tax elimination and retirement compression. You may hear some somebody talk about a good deal tonight, or talk about a certain person, and it may sound like the person walks on water, or the deal is just too good to be true. It may be, or it may not. It's up to you to do your own due diligence, to check it out, verify both the property, the deal, and the person. We're all over the media, social media, so that you only have to really remember one web link. That's realtyinvestmentgroup.org. At the bottom of the web page, we've got links to all that stuff. And new to Rig, as of I guess since August, when this man right here taught me into getting onto it, we're on Clubhouse. And if you haven't been on Clubhouse, oh my goodness, you're missing out. You're missing out. There's a ton of knowledge on there for investment. Tomorrow night, we're going to hold a talk about sober home investing and other options. We had a talk on investing in land that went about 2.5 hours. We had a CPA talk about taxes last night or last week. It was stumped the CPA, and we went 4.5 hours. We had about 132 people come through. It was just, we were going to go about 2 hours, but the questions kept coming. They were good. And we kept going. So if you don't know about it, this link will be up later. We'll run it again. Paper, Steve? Yes, yeah, thank you. So thank you. We'll have that link up. It's free. You can put it on your Mac phone, Apple phone, your Android. If you want to do the desktop version, you can put it on PC and Mac. It's called Club Deck. CLUBDECK on the computer side. Miss Misty? I got him tonight too. All right, he's got all of this. We'll get one drink for everybody. We got 3 levels of membership. First time guests, we got 3 of them here tonight. Glad to have you guys. First meeting's free. After that, we ask you to either pay a per member fee of about $20, or not about, for $20, or sign up for an annual membership. The annual membership for 2 people. A single is $100. 2 people want to join together, either couples, significant others, business partners. You save a little bit of money, get for $175. If you have a business to promote, you want to come up and stand up in front of the room and promote deals on your website, our Facebook group. We ask you to do a business membership. Part of that membership is each month we take a business member and we bring them up front and let them talk about who they are, what they do, and we also try to promote them on our website. And like I say every month, tonight is no different. We have Mr. Shane coming up here, and he's going to talk about Clubhouse. He's also going to talk about an event he's got coming up in Denver.
Hi guys, I'm Shane. I think I met a lot of you down at John Bishop breakfast, and some of you when I came up here last time. So we just signed up new business membership. Nothing too special, guys. I started pivoting during Corona, doing some mentoring, and I decided to leverage Clubhouse for 3 reasons. Number 1, easy and convenient. Number 2, there was an immense community of people that you could connect and network with. Number 3, it was really easy for me to get experts that I've been doing stages with on the app to pop in. So a lot of the who's who of the real estate world is on the app. We're not going to talk about what I call the Baltimore side of Clubhouse. People that over promote and I don't necessarily disagree with or agree with anyway. But there's a lot of great experts. And so whether you're trying to do something that's more technology, more out of state, it's a good place to do that for. So we have some people coming to town. That's right. Oh, no, go back. Okay. There we go. Sorry, guys. These jumps got to get too fancy for me. All right. Simple, easy stuff. It's realestatewealthmentoring.com. I have 2 level groups. One is if you're kind of more experienced and you're more connected, and either you're an accredited investor, you're a real estate professional, or you've been doing real estate for 5 or 10 years. And then the other one is new. It's called Genesis. We'll talk about that. A lot of what I do is just consulting and strategy sessions. So if you're stuck, if you want to go out of state, if you want to do something special, you haven't done it before. I was an operator for a long time for property management. I did asset management. I've done prop tech. I've done specialty assignments for big trusts. I've done LP evaluation. So it's a lot of different things that are out there. But most importantly, what I've focused on the last several years is helping people place capital in new markets and new neighborhoods. So we're at least recently doing some stuff at Cleveland. I've been doing stuff in West Michigan for the last several years. A lot of times you get stuck on your monopoly board. The best way forward is to find something new or different, either because the barrier to entry is less expensive or because you want to be able to shift what you're doing. So let's say one of the things that we'll talk about is lifestyle investments and legacy. So lifestyle investments are something where it's more geared towards a second home or a profit for purpose agenda or something that you're doing that way. And legacy is something like, for example, for me, for my kids, I want stuff that's all over kind of by the zoo area. There's some really nice neighborhoods. We used to own some property. We had to let them go during the global financial crisis. And then I wanted some stuff that kind of comes up close to the mountains. So I want to buy properties that my kids actually would want to live in. And those are better neighborhoods. Well, sometimes coming into an expensive place like Denver now, which wasn't expensive before, you want to get those same kind of neighborhoods. So you might want to go into Cleveland where the prices are perfect. Or you might want to go to Tampa where the prices are half. And so if you're trying to put more of that in your portfolio, we'll talk about where you can find that, what the situation is, which is another reason why I'm trying to do this clubhouse. So right now in my Beta 1 mastermind, I have 30 plus different people that are representing probably 70 different MSAs, and they're in 20 different or 15 different states right now. And then I have one in Israel and one in Germany and one in Morocco that are investing here in the States. And so what's great about that is just being able to take people's brain about what they're doing in different places and feeling like you could easily make a move in another state and have someone there that kind of understands what's going on in that backyard. Last piece of the puzzle, some of them are coming to town on the 11th. 12, yeah, let's see here. Oh, you can scan this thing. Jill's amazing. She did this like in 5 minutes. So Jill has been helping us with this. We have Genesis coming. But the last thing is for this event that you have flyers on, we have a half a dozen people coming in for the whole time. We have about a dozen people coming through for a day or two. And they're just people that you'll know on the app, but they're coming from Louisiana, Missouri, Philadelphia, California. And we're just going to be doing what's called a build and acquisition mastermind. So I know you think you know how to go and break down a neighborhood, but I've been doing this pretty accurately for a long time. I was in Wash Park long before anybody was there. I was in Highlands long before anybody was there. We're talking 25, 30 years ago. So what I'm teaching my people to do is figure out what a new transitional area looks like and what they're looking for signs. So we'll be doing some local neighborhoods there in Denver. And if you haven't driven through Denver and actively in the last 5 or 10 years, you may not even recognize it, just like I did when I came home like 18 months ago. I was like, holy cow, I've only gone for like 6 years. I mean, I had come back, but we all do what we all do, which is go to home and we go to wherever that is, and we don't go check everything out. So my people will be doing this for 2 reasons. Number one, to kind of learn this from me in person, and number two, because we're corrected. And I've been saying this for 18 to 36 months, but I got pretty serious about it. I recorded a dozen times in Clubhouse. I told everybody that, to the quarter, give or take 3 months, where we'd be correcting at, because I was getting a lot of fantastic information from economists, C-suite advisors, big real estate, and a lot of the people on the Clubhouse app. And collaboratively, we always had an integrated perspective where we were ahead of whatever the news or information was by a long shot. So anyway, we're correcting, and I think it's going to be a great opportunity to buy in Denver. I think it's another 100, 200 days, depending on where you want to be at. And I don't think it's going to be very long. I think you're going to have like a 1.5 to 2.5 year window, and then we're going to go right back up. So they're coming out here for that, and we're doing another one in spring that's even bigger. And then we're doing something in West Michigan because that's another place that I understand really well to help you guys understand how to figure out how to go into a neighborhood, break it down. If you just want to come and do networking, I only threw that on there for John Fisher and Rig. That's it. I don't really care. This isn't a big promotion thing. We don't have much stuff on it. I'm more about like smaller, intimate groups. I just wanted some people that I'm starting to meet more through Jim and through Tim to be able to come and attend something, because I've seen probably about 25 or 30 new faces on Clubhouse in the last 150 days. Last thing is Genesis is real interesting. Jill made this kind of cool thing, and we'll leave it on this. And so this is just a collaborative effort to have inexpensive, affordable masterminding with several different voices. Go ahead and play that one. So these are just some of the people that are coming to town, and they're all just kind of people like you in different parts of the country, but they wanted to kind of get together and help people understand more about investing And we wanted something that was affordable. That wasn't gonna cost you $10,000, $20,000 when you can't spend it on this. There's no gym membership situation, so you're not committed. And a lot of people are coming to town and they're from different parts of the country, they have different stories. And they've been with me on a higher level mastermind for over 69 months, and I just thought, if you guys want to help more people do something affordable, I'm about it, and I can't do it all the time. So they're gonna be the discussion leaders. That's it, guys. If I can help you on the app, reach out to me. I'll be around here tonight to answer some questions afterward. I do have to pop on the finger call during part of the presentation. But yeah, I'm excited to create, not just be a new member here, but be doing something really cool with Jim. As far as helping you guys get into a community of investors and truth seekers of just knowledge and information. Because there's a lot of places in clubhouses on the internet where you go in certain places and you're just wasting your time, or you're not interested in that. So we're trying to put you guys in different clubs, in different places where people that are there, you can talk to, you can vet out, and you can listen to that information, use like a podcast, but also have a voice. And if you're sitting home, especially during winter, and you just want to virtually connect, it's a great space to do that for. So that's it, brother.
Thanks, Shane.
Yeah.
Can I ask, is that on the handout you've got there?
Which
This
QR code.
the QR code, because I
Um.
can't get it, it doesn't seem to work on my phone.
Okay,
Should be one on, there's a flyer on the, there's no QR code, but
I know Jill just threw that together, so I'm not positive, but if you. That's just a Facebook page that Genesis is doing, so I will try to, if nothing else, just shoot me, Shane LTM Real Estate is my IG, shoot me a thing and I'll get you in touch with you.
Okay.
And just remind me that, you know, it was you, we were here. Guys, between live events and virtual stuff, I'm doing like 40 to 80 things a month, so I'm just, if you just let me know it's here with Jim, I'll know. I'm really excited to get stuff back in Colorado, so.
yeah.
Yeah.
That video is so cool. I'll be sharing that on our Facebook group tonight. And I would be putting a little bit more information out there. Thank you, Shane.
Yeah.
Like I say, I've heard about Clubhouse for a few months. And he's like, you gotta join this. I'm like, I don't know. Then I did. And I've been hooked. He's created a monster now. Rig has a club on there. Invest Success has a club on there. And I just all those spaces, most of those spaces he showed on that slide, they're like my best friend, my clubhouse family. So, like, know him, know her, know him, know her. Oh, I didn't go over this. For the newbies, I got to give you a warning here. Disclaimer: if you hang out with successful people that will brainwash you into believing in yourself and thinking you can achieve anything. If you surround yourself with greatness, what will you become? Great. If you surround yourself with a bunch of dope heads. Knuckleheads, I'm sorry, knuckleheads? What's the chance you're gonna be? Knucklehead. So who do you want to be with? We've got some successful people here. Our crowd's small tonight, but it's okay. We got some good stuff, but we do record all these, we put them on our website. So this is our 30-second elevator speech. Chances are, if you're like downtown riding the elevator, somebody may turn to you and go, Nicole, what do you do? You have about 30 seconds to spit it out. So we're going to practice. Tonight, I won't time you because our crowd's small. We can go a little long, but not too long. Steve, show them how to do it. My board.
Go ahead.
All right, Mr. John, you've been here a few times. You know how to do it.
All righty, where's our, no,
No, Mike. Just got to speak loud.
all right. My name is John Steggy. I am a real estate attorney in Denver, Colorado. I have been practicing law in this state since 1990. What I do is set up asset protection strategies for investors. Basically, if you've got a deal, you've got a partner, anything at all, what you want to do is put your deal points in your business plan. Take the business plan, incorporate that into a legally enforceable agreement so you avoid disputes. This is critical. If you do not do this, anything can happen to your investment. Your partner can suddenly die, divorce, disability, or, oh, gee, I just lost all my money in crypto. Now I need to cash out right in the middle of the deal. This is going to screw up your investment. So what you want to do is take all of those deal points, put those into your business plan with all of your assumptions, What's my ARV? What am I going to do? What kind of finance? Every single thing that you can think of that normally goes into your business model, and put that into a pro forma, put that into a business plan, and adopt the business plan as part of your operating provisions of your LLC or your other partnership. So that's typically what I do for investors. Sit down with them, make this into an enforceable agreement so that you can actually get some understanding and you avoid disputes going down the road. That's basically my spiel, my 30-second spiel. My name is John Steggy, again, real estate attorney. My telephone number is 720-431-1964. That's 720-431-1964. Thank you.
Okay, this is the haves most OMGs. OMGs are like, oh my goodness, you won't believe what happened, or oh my goodness, you won't believe what happened. We learn from both and we love both. You might got anything to share?
I'll share.
Go ahead.
I have a property actually jointly owned with a guy in Salt Lake City. It's a single family. We might be fire sailing it. So it's in Newcastle, Pennsylvania, which is north of Pittsburgh. I think about an hour north. Anyways, if you're interested in purchasing property in north of Pittsburgh, come see me. I don't know if we're going to sell it or not. It's a long story I won't get into, but we're probably just going to want to wash our hands of it.
Hey, Dave's not here tonight. He talked about he did land investing a couple of months ago. We did that 2.5-hour clubhouse on land investing. We've got a 1-day workshop. There's all the bullets for it. It's supposed to be this Saturday. But if you look at this slide, tomorrow is the deadline. Either we're going to have people sign up or we're going to have to. He wants a magic number because it's going to be here from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. It's pretty much nonstop when we do workshops here. It's like the speaker doesn't get to sit down. We don't take lunch breaks because we're in a while. They bring food and beer to the beverages, coffee, water. But it's going to be if we do it, it's going to be like drinking from the fire hose. But kind of go back to his points. You're going to be able to, at the end of the day, you're going to be able to go out and determine which county you're going to invest in. You'll be able to go out and pull the property and get a mail list set up. And he wasn't aware of this, but I'm going to throw Kurt just a 5-second promo because he's taking Dave's mentoring, right? And I called him a mouthful of food too.
Yeah. Actually, before I got here, I actually was closing another deal on land. I've done it kind of half-assed, so to speak, for the past year, and I've done very well with it. And it's about maybe 4 to 8 hours worth of work each week. If you do it diligently, it's a true side hustle treated that way. I'm actually going to go into it pretty much full time. That's one of the reasons for moving. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a go. See what happens. But it's very easy to learn, and we all know Dave, but he's not full of it on this one. This is really, truly is pretty darn easy.
Yeah, and it's all remote. I think Dave's been doing it for years. I don't know how many land deals he's done. He's probably stepped on the properties maybe 3 or 4 times. He's made good money. And he's stumbled across some really great deals, mistakes, a profitable mistake. But anyway, if you're interested, either contact Dave like tonight, early in the morning, or me, because tomorrow he's gonna say go or no go. And again, tomorrow, no wait, this is Monday night. This is Invest Success. Again, Clubhouse, this is their first really week or bi-weekly meeting that we're gonna have for Invest Success. And we're gonna kind of go through the bullet points to going, I think I want to do real estate investment. How do I set my company up? Talking about dealing with contractors, dealing with agents, dealing with insurance, dealing with a little bit of everybody, all the way to I found a property, pre-rehab, during rehab, flipping it or renting it, and refinancing, and talk about it. We're going to go from A to Z. So join us for that. Again, it's free, it's free, it's free. And Katie, I've talked to a few people. We started way back in 2011. Because Katie Fleming started our group in a coffee shop in Louisville. It was Katie, her best friend, Nan Keener, My wife, myself, and two other guys, we met in a coffee shop. And now here we are, 10 years later, going strong to stay. She has a passion for getting small groups together and doing mastermind. There's her information. If you want to call her, you need to call her and she will interview you and you can interview her. She doesn't want to just take your money. She wants to make sure you're a good fit and she's a fit for you. Awesome, awesome lady, my sister. John Fisher's Breakfast Club, second Saturday of every month. We just had one. You gotta go. If you haven't been, even thinking about getting into that success, you need to go. How many people go who could say, I know what I'm talking about? That's the only group even before they became a member here, it's like John Fisher's. They're the guys. And with Invest Success, we do front range real estate investing mentorship. We always say, I've always said for years, even before I got involved with them, don't do these national gurus that fly in, spend a weekend with you, take thousands and thousands of money and then flies out, and then you go put stuff to work and find out it doesn't work in Denver. This Tim and I were here. Everybody we deal with has been in Denver for a long time, and it's a 12-month program we take you from, again, setting up your business through everything. We have classes twice a month. Once a month, we actually go out with property tours, and we teach you to walk into a house and walk out 15 minutes later and be able to get a good rehab budget estimate. And the average profit is we try to have our students make at least $36K on the profit. Here's all you get: coaching, mentorship, a portal, all kind of good stuff, tools. And once completed, you'll know the steps from A to B. But the bottom bullet down there is you will have completed a project and be able to tell your story. We give you weekly checklists. We do weekly calls with you. How are you on the checklist? What do you do? What questions? What problems? And as you're out going around and you see a property you're interested, you can give us a call and go, hey, I'm here at 123 Main Street. This is what I see. Here's some pictures. What do you think? And we'll talk about it. And Tim Emery or Jim Edenfield, but it's my mentor. That's not right. And investsuccess.com. You did, that's right? Yeah, she's flat. Good. That slide's been there in a house. That was right. That was right. That was a test. You passed. Every other Monday, the first class, if you're interested in the mentorship, we'll send you some information. We'll talk. The first class is free. We hold the classes in a house going through a recap process. We've been to houses in winter with no heat. We've been to houses in the summer with no AC. We've been in houses with no electricity. We've run extension cord across. And the last couple, we've been in a house that was getting ready to go on the market. So it's comfortable, AC, all that good stuff. My mentor with an O, investsuccess.com, or say, hey, Jim, I want to find out about that free class. And hey, I'm a private lender. Do private lending, I enjoy it. We worked at IBM together. We had a massive layoff. About 10,000 people were across the world was asked not to come back to work. So I had this 401k. It's like, what am I going to do with it? IBM sure didn't do anything with it. I started lending to private investors. The magnet's been my friend. It's been great. I'm helping them, they're helping me, and we help each other. And I also do hard money broker. And I am now officially today a broker for John and Cerise. Joseph. I say John? Joseph, our buddy on Clubhouse. We're getting myself signed up with them. And finally, Mr. Steve, come on up.
Okay. So what are we going to talk about? Proactive tax elimination. Elimination is kind of setting the bar pretty high. And retirement acceleration strategy. So she talked about life insurance. We're going to talk about a life insurance strategy, but probably a little bit different than what most people think about when you talk about life insurance. Okay, so what are we going to talk about? As I mentioned, interactive workshop. We're going to talk about two strategies. Talk about income tax mitigation. This is not, I'm not an accountant, I'm not a CPA, I don't do tax advice, but we have a team behind me that does things that work in tandem with tax advisors. Okay, we'll get into all that. How to use leverage, the advantage of compounding, I mean, this is basic real estate stuff. How to mitigate downside market risk. When I talk about market risk, I'm not talking about real estate market, I'm talking about stock market risk. During retirement, and we'll get into the accelerated depreciation, workshop exercise 1. Traditional retirement plans, such as the 401k, IRAs, we'll talk about pitfalls, and then we'll get into a case study. And then the last thing will be exercise 2, which is really going to stretch you, okay? Then we'll wrap up. And Jeff's going to keep me on task here. I am behind the chair. Oh my God.
Right there. There you go.
See, Jim and I really had to work together, and it, you know, sometimes we had 3 a.m.ers and stuff, and we didn't always see eye to eye. So
We had 36 hours.
we had red eyes every night, Jim. Okay. All right. So, Will Rogers. Anybody know who Will Rogers is? The quickest way to double your money is to fold it over and put it back. All right. A little bit about me. I'm not going to spend much time. I grew up in Texas, worked for IBM for 34 plus years. So I like to think my mind kind of thinks a little bit like a computer. I love math, all that sort of stuff. If you've never been to the island of Madeira, that's a picture in the lower left. It's an island off the coast of Africa, the most beautiful island. I've been in Hawaii, I've been in the Caribbean. Nothing compares. And then that's my family, wife, 3 kids, 3 young adults.
You on Jeopardy?
What's that?
You on Jeopardy?
No, hold on. How do I go back? Hold on. How do I go back? Down. I know. Very good. No, you guys not recognize that?
It's a big.
I mean, you recognize this Jeopardy, right?
Right, Watson.
So IBM developed a product called Watson. So you might remember IBM developed the first computer that beat chess grandmaster, right? Many, it was like 20, 25 years ago. Then they followed up with that and they developed Watson. Well, Watson was a computer system that handled natural language processing, and it was designed to compete against the best Jeopardy players. And this happened, what do you say, Jim? 2012, 11, 10, somewhere in there. They actually built it all, and then they actually had and beat the top. So it's just kind of a way. Most people have no idea what IBM does, but they might recognize that. And that's why. Not that I worked on it or anything. I'm just a kid. All right. So let's talk about taxes a little bit. I'm not going to get too deep into taxes. This is going back in time. How many pages of tax code were around way back when? But in the 1910s, you know, we didn't have a whole lot of tax code, and then all of a sudden it's just gone bananas. Now it's like tens of thousands of pages. You know, keeping up with what goes on in Washington and all the silly things they do is almost impossible. It's a full-time job. I would never want to be a CPA and track all this stuff, but I have people that track that sort of stuff for me and give me insight into what's going on when they tax bills and stuff. Bottom line is it's complicated. There's a lot of different components to it. There's traditional tax stuff, and then there's what we do, which is called specialized tax stuff. So this is kind of what I call our 3-legged stool. So as I mentioned, I don't do traditional tax advice. So you have the client, CPA, tax advisor, EA, whatever their designation is, and then there's us. Okay, so we work hand in hand with the CPA, with the client, kind of act as a triage to work to design and develop strategies that can reduce your taxes anywhere from figures to sometimes up to 5-6 figures. It depends on the situation. So I'm going to do a quick poll, take some notes here. All right, anybody want to take any, yes? Gotta run out of time, Jim. Pull on the little gong.
Yeah,
The gong.
Jim seems like he's really chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
To
Like, I gotta get it out of the time.
get rid of it.
Jim has to drive to Colorado Springs
Yeah.
at 4 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so let's talk about the traditional retirement. This is hypothetical because you can't really do this. So let's say you can put 400K a year for 7 years into traditional retirement. And you're growing at a 5% interest rate. Does anybody have a number on how much, what the final tally would be after 7 years of putting 700,000 or 400,000 in for 7 years? How much is that investment worth? Compounding annually? Anybody calculate that out?
I got to like 5 years.
Would you come out for 5?
So I totally lost it. Didn't believe that.
You blew up the calculator?
I did.
You're a money guy, come on.
I know, I don't have all the details. I don't have a spreadsheet. Also,
Steve cheats with the spreadsheet.
I'm staring at it.
Next time, he's got to share his spreadsheet in front of him.
Well, you have it, I can bring it up, but we don't have enough time to go into that.
Go up like a quarter of the money.
Huh?
You go like a quarter of the money.
So the answer is after 7 years, 400,000 a year into a traditional 401K, you're gonna end up with about 3.4 million. You put 2.8 in and it grew practically 600,000. Okay? All right, compounding annually. What? No, a traditional for has a contribution. This is the hypothetical. You're just trying to compare apples to apples. Okay? Once you deduct out the taxes on that 3.4 million, if you're 30% effective tax rate, that's about $1 million you pay back in tax. Okay? So your net is going to be about 2.393, actually closer to 2.4. Okay? Anybody come close to that? No, nobody came close. All right. What about the other side of the fence? If you did it through the leverage and the interest payment, anybody come up with a number? No. Okay. So you're gonna put 400,000 in a year for 7 years, 2.8 million. If that's your that's the amount going into life insurance policy. You're being charged a 5% interest rate. So in year one, you put 400,000 in, 5% interest rate is 20,000. Okay, that's what you, the client or the potential client, would pay us for us to load the 400,000. Then year two, we put the second 400,000. Now we're charging 5% on 800,000 because we've added money, right? And then you just keep projecting forward. At the end of 7 years, you pay $560,000 in interest at the 5% interest rate. Okay?
560.
560. Yeah. That's 20,000 plus 40,000 plus 60,000 plus 80,000 because it's incrementing as we put more money into the policy. Okay. If you grow that compounded at a 5% rate, you would end up with about 2.5 million in that policy. Okay. If you put in 560,000 to load 2.5 million, or end up with, after 7 years, approximately 2.5 million. If you do the, I'm sure I've calculated it. If you do the, interest write-offs, then you would actually get additional savings, and I did not calculate that number out, but 560,000 times 0.3, that's, let's just call it 180 or so. So you actually, your net interest payments would be 380. Okay, so your 560 that you paid out, the tax deductions, you would lower that based on the interest deduction. Now, the interest deduction isn't a given. This is where the tax preparer gets pulled into the whole discussion. The tax preparer, once we educate them on how our program works, they have to make that determination. All I can tell you is 9 times out of 10, 95 times out of 95 out of 100. Usually the tax preparer says that's a general purpose business loan because we're loaning against a business entity. They say, yes, that can be written off as a tax bill. Okay. All right. I am done. Nobody even fathomed the guess, John. What do I do with these chips? Pick a number between 1 and 5. 1 and 10.
1 and 5.
1 and 10.
1.5.
1 and 20. We got
Well, he got 5 years down the road, so this, there you go. All right, let's wrap up, Jim. I've got, I think, 2 more slides. I'm done. All right, we talked about the 3. This is my take on things, not definite, but time. Time is a big enemy in saving for retirement. Okay, that's why we call this accelerated retirement. Taxes, we talked about that, and downside market risk. Okay, that's what I see as the top 3. This is more of an extensive, we do a whole bunch of other things. I don't have time to go into this. If you're a business owner, maybe you do trades or electrician or any of that sort of stuff, or you know people in that space, we have a number of different programs to help them save money. We only talked about 2 of them. Then that's it. Back to you, John.
And you got, there's this phone number, Denise.
Well, I thought I had my stuff. I didn't have. Go back to the first slide. But anyway, if you want to talk, I'll be around for a bit. We can talk more about situations and stuff.
All right, and you said you want to get these last 2.
Yeah, I'm not going to do this.
All right.
We're just gonna run through some upcoming stuff, and then we're in a bar, a brewery. They don't usually kick us out until about 11 o'clock. So tomorrow night, you've heard Clubhouse. We're gonna have a thing talking about sober home investing and possibly some other options. Vince Koo, who knows Vince Koo? He's gonna be kind of leading the discussion, and maybe some other people will pop in. That's free. It's online. There's the link, but I'll put it up and it'll rotate. So we're going to fly through these. We talked about the land. I just got an order in. Miss Christie signed up for it. Tomorrow's the deadline, so if you're thinking about it, on our Facebook group, there's more information. You can see all the bullet points what they offer. Monday, October 17th, we don't have a Invest Success class, but we're going to go have a say it with me, Clubhouse group. And we're going to go kind of just hit briefly from, I think I want to do a company to you're flipping or renting in monthly checks. Wednesday, again, next Wednesday, 1031 exchanges. How many people know about 1031 exchanges? This, Ken Paulman is going to lead this discussion. He's a 1031 expert. Intermediary, something. He knows all about 1031s, and he's going to lead the discussions. And he's done a couple of presentations here. He's done an online thing. That's next week. Cash flow, the 27th, right back there next corner. It's gonna, Pine Financial, who knows Pine Financial Summit? You're an investor, you need to go there, there's no sales. It's just education. They got like 3 or 4 different rooms going on all at once. It's an all-day event, they give you a drink tokens, you get to go up to a brewery. After it and wrap up, and that kind of goes late. Pine Financial Investor Success Summit. That's a big event. End of the month. And then next month, right here, accessory dwelling units, ADUs. We're gonna have the actual experts from the cities and counties come in and go, in my neighborhood, this is what's allowed and what's not allowed. We may have some guys that's actually, guys and or gals, guys is non-gender specific. It's a lazy way to say it, right? Anyway, we're gonna have some experts here to talk about. We did tax liens a while back, and one of them goes like, I'm disappointed. They didn't say I could make a lot of money. I was like, they told you the facts for our area. Do you want the facts or do you want fluff? So I'd rather go for the facts. That's Denver area related. So we're gonna have the ADU guys and gals come in and talk to us about that next month. And here we go, one more time.
Can I have any construction people?
Huh?
Can I have any construction people?
We may have some construction people. Normally, for the visitors and a reminder for our members, normally anybody standing up or speaking is a rig member. We don't let people fly in and talk, try to make money off of it and fly out of town. It's members. The few exception is like with tax liens, ADUs, we want to get the people at the county and city that knows what's going on. They don't come up here, they don't stand to make money. They're just here to tell you the cold hard facts, good and or bad. And here we go one more time. Our mentorship for the weekend, this is gonna be really great. He gave us a rig special there. It's gonna start Friday. Saturday morning, we'll be at the John Fisher breakfast. He's gonna give us some homework. We're gonna go out. There's gonna be some night networking meetings. Excuse me, potluck dinner. But people are flying in from all over the country, and all the people, the faces were flashing up in that video. They're scattered all over the country. They're coming here to Denver, and they'll learn about our city and our area. And Shane, any other last minute on that?
No, we just wanted different things. If you just want to come network, that's fine. If you wanted to participate in one of the events during the day, you can do that. So
it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Joe, our big guy on Clubhouse, he's coming in Friday, and he's willing to meet with people. In addition to his stuff, John Fisher Breakfast Club next Saturday or next month. If you've never been, go get your ticket now. It's $25, but you get a breakfast buffet. Traffic down there is non-existent. Parking is off the hook. Networking is off the hook. That's where I met this man and just kind of fell in love with him. Got a man crush going on. I followed him in the Clubhouse, and we're working on an actual commercial property project. I'm pretty doggone excited about it. I can't talk about it, but I'm happy. And our winter party. How many people have been to any of our rig parties? All right, twice a year, we do a summer party in June, we do a winter party in December. We don't do any business. The only business we do is we do our introduction. You can say, I am, I need, I want, I can provide. But for this, we're going to have do something different. We're going to have a sit-down dinner in a restaurant. You can get a drink or drinks, chips, tickets. But it's going to be a sit-down dinner at, it's called Enjoy Restaurant. It's up here on Highway 7. Awesome place. Got some great views. We're going to do a Dirty Santa gift exchange. Bring something that costs no less than $10. Usually it's something picked up. Either you were gifted and you're like, what the heck? This is your chance to re-gift. Or something that didn't make 3 yard sales. Wrap it up and bring it. If you got to buy something, don't spend more than $10. But we do that when if people have been to any party that they know, I like to do door prizes and gift cards and stuff like that. It's a night of fun. There is a charge. For members, $20, guests $30, but I guarantee you, I know, I looked at the menu, you're going to eat or drink more than, even if you just eat, you're going to get more than money back. That will be tickets required. So that's coming up December. And then finally, I know we just got taxes down our throat. This is going to be a very special meeting. Our CPA that was on Clubhouse last Wednesday, let me say it again. for 4.5 hours answering questions. Him and his wife will be here in Colorado. So we're gonna have a special night in here. So we won't go through all the normal stuff. We'll let him get up and talk. We'll have our, maybe we do some introductions, but it's not gonna be a normal meeting. Special night after Christmas, before New Year's. David and Trady are flying in. They're gonna be here. And then cash flow December. Katie's gonna be here in January talking about mastermind groups and your investing. Do you have a plan for 2023 to accomplish your dreams? And I think we're in a brewery. They're open late. Thank you for coming. First timers, we got 3. What do you think? Small crowd tonight. But I think they were scared off because they don't like math like me. I don't like paying taxes. That's why I got a really good CPA. Glad to have you. We're gonna wrap it up. Stick around. Hopefully you've heard somebody say something you're interested in. So go grab them and hang out and hopefully see you next month. Oh no, hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night at the clubhouse. Thank you.
Thanks, John.